I tell you what, I tell all aspiring musicians. Big Mac meal would die at Coke, please. You have 3 career paths.
Fuck.
Doctor, lawyer, homeless.
True.
Wait, but Tuesday, I want to play on the swing. Nope, you're going to a piano lesson. I want to go ride my bike. No, you better practice your piano. I want to get a PlayStation. You mean play some piano? I want to start dating. You better be dating your piano. I've decided what I want to do in college. I want to be a professional musician. My son is dumb. He thinks playing piano can pay rent. How it becomes a trade? To me already a neurosurgeon. He's 9. He subscribed to the Stephen E channel. Now he thinks he's famous.
I have so many things to say about this. Okay.
I had 3 jobs and started a business on the side.
Oh my god.
He actually think he has talent. Has nobody told him he ugly? His aspirations is unemployment. Steven, why you think I asked you to play the piano? To become a pianist?
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, let me go over this. Okay, for those who are Europeans or for those who are Caucasian, but generally not non-Asian people, in Asia we have this culture where we have this very strong belief that once you are still a child, you are very moldable to certain practices. Okay, one of these things is called the piano. The piano or the violin or martial arts or maybe academics like quiz bees, or debates. It's usually making speeches, etc. That's how it goes. So what normally happens is that these Asian parents they strongly believe, okay, that once your infant or your child is still developing its brain around around the ages of 8 and above, what they believe is that if you train the kid into doing something continuously for years, they become a pro at it, they become a master at it. Again, yes, there we go. Thank you, Mending. It happens 5 years ago. Yes, the younger you start, the better it is normally. Okay, and usually these Asian parents enforce that. Okay, I'm not saying they ask you to do it, they force you to do it. Here's the thing. I have 2 sisters. Okay, the second, my first sister, she's a god in the piano. That's because she was I think 8 years old or 6 or I forgot. She was an infant. She was already being forced to play the piano. If she says no, she get whipped and spanked. Yes, that's a thing in Asian culture. Yes, beating your child for not doing the piano. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. Okay, my youngest sister, she knows how the thing that she was forced to was the violin. And now she's a really good, she's really good in playing the violin too. And now she's studying cello. So that's just usually how it goes. Oh, if you guys, by the way, are asking, what I took for me was I focused on, what do you call that? I focused on martial arts. There's this, I focused on martial arts as a kid. It was actually judo. So, yeah. If you guys are asking, yes, I am a black belt. Yes, I have actually, my parents, ever since at a young age of I think 8, that's when my parents forced me to do judo until I ran away from home. Yes. So in my defense, okay, here's my defense. I think that this practice is actually really good as long as you don't beat your child, because I do believe that these children who actually play the piano, play the violin, practice judo, or they have a certain advantage compared against other kids that just makes them a lot more competitive. And aside from that, they instantly get to know how the grind works, the work ethics for the grind. So yes, I do believe in this. And if you ask me if I ever have a kid, I would probably force my kid to play the piano or, to play the violin or whatever. Same case. Okay, same case. But here's the thing, okay? Your parents don't want you to make that as your main form of livelihood, because by the end of the day, they still want you to be a lawyer, doctor, engineer, pilot, whatever. You know what I mean? Because when what your parents want you to do is to have a job that makes you the most money. Okay, they don't care about your personal satisfaction. They don't care if you're happy. They don't care if you're achieving your life dreams and goals. They don't care if you're depressed or you're ridden with social anxiety. They don't care about that. The only thing that they care about when it comes to your professional life is how much you earn. Okay? And then some of you guys would probably say, oh, wait, no, that doesn't work for me because my parents okay, sure, whatever, Snowflake. Yeah, sure, whatever, man. You probably is the 1% about it. But generally speaking, majority of Asian parents, especially if you're in the lower social economic classes, yes. Yeah, actually, even in the higher ones, yes, you usually get to work these jobs because that's just how the culture is. And here's the thing, okay? Here's the other thing. They will constantly force you to take this job or gaslight you to be a pilot, doctor, or whatever, is because it's also social bragging to them. Because they're gonna brag you and compare to other kids that they will say like, oh hey, do you know my son Ryozen actually is a doctor? You're like, what is your son doing? Like, you know what I mean? It becomes like a bragging statue for them, for these parents, and then it just gets into them. You know what I mean? And they become oh hey, like I wish I was like Ryozen. I wish I had Ryozen as my kid, But that's how they see it. Outdoors, when the doors are closed, they see you or family as, oh my god, they're so grandiose, they're so fancy, they're so nice. But they don't see the practice when inside the house, they beat you senselessly. Because you don't wish to play the piano. That's just usually how it goes. Now, in my opinion, the perfect balance is not really gaslighting. I don't believe that gaslighting kids is like a good point. I think that manipulating the kid into learning these instruments, garnering the skills, and making them do it themselves, I think is a better idea. Okay. Here's what my mom did. What my mom did for my sisters is that my mom told them that you could earn money in high school by being able to play the piano, by playing in weddings. You could be a famous YouTuber by, making cover songs and uploading it to YouTube, or like, you have to make them believe that it's beneficial for them, instead of like, hey, I'm just going to beat you senselessly if you don't play the piano. Okay, so that's basically my thing, if you guys want to consider it. And as someone who has been lectured and been parented this way, I think it does work, it's beneficial, and it definitely makes you more competitive compared to kids who were just like playing games when they were young. In my opinion at least. And worst comes to worst, if the parent does pass away, the kid will not be out there in the streets because he has a skill set, he has a skill set, or a skill basically, which can actually feed her, like, playing the piano, or like, working as a bodyguard, as a judo or whatever, or like, doing things with their skills essentially. But yeah, that's what I believe at least.
The hell? He has room temperature IQ. He think he yo-yo ma, more like yo-yo da.
I love the fact that my entire explanation was literally more than a minute, and we have just been watching the skit for like a minute.
No, listen. I make you play the piano so I can show you off to your auntie to make me look good. I tell you what I tell all aspiring musicians. Big Mac meal would die at home, please. You have 3 career paths.
Fuck.
Doctor, lawyer, homeless. With a 2-set violins, very successful. That's because they have talent. You sound like how dust tastes. He just sold out of 30,000 seats.
I told you, it's mainly for bragging rights. You're gonna learn this not for yourself, but mainly for your parents' bragging rights.
It was all me. I knew from an early age, Steven has something special. I guess it runs in the genes. Did you know? That's my son. I can get you front row tickets to his concert lah.
I hate this though.
I need 16 front row seat tickets. What you mean you don't have? It's your concert. This video is brought to you by...
I hate this for a fact, because like your parents will brag you constantly towards other people, and it just creates like a circle of hate. Like they would start saying like, okay, my kid can play the piano, but then the other parent would be like, why don't you play the piano? Play the piano now, I'm gonna beat you senselessly. You know what I mean? There's like an endless circle of like, forcing your kid to do this. And I do also believe that some of you guys, I already know this comment section is gonna go crazy. Comment sections probably will say like, oh hey, no, but just disturbing the, you get to enjoy your livelihood, or your kid, you get to enjoy your childhood as a kid, and doing this will not benefit you in any way. But the thing is that you have to realize that you're speaking in your Western views. Okay, your ideals and raising and parenting is very different from here in Asia. And I think that's just usually how it goes, man. So, in my opinion at least, in TLDR, as long as you don't beat your kid, as long as you don't punish your kid, I think it's gonna be all right. Maybe gaslighting is maybe you could gaslight them and manipulate them to make it seem that it's beneficial for them and you're doing it for them. They're training for themselves. I think that would be a better point. And because here's the thing, we all know, every Asian kid knows this. The reason why they do this is because it's mainly bragging rights for their parents. And it's just how it goes, and it increases your social stature in Asia. But here's the thing, this doesn't work in the States. So if you're let's say an Asian American, you don't have to do this to your kid, because if your kid can play the piano or can play the violin, nobody gives a fuck about that. Nobody gives a fuck about that. But if you're living in the Philippines, China, or Japan, it matters because your social stature really matters. But anyway, that's a good video. I love it. I love the fact that the video or the skit is like 2 minutes long and ended up explaining for more than 5 minutes. Oh my god, I have so many gripe. I wish I was born white. I genuinely wish I was just born white. But anyway, that's about it, boys. Good video. Let's move on to the next one.